Hello students, welcome once again to my chemistry channel, that is Amazing Chemistry. I am your chemistry teacher, educator and scientist by profession. Dr. Rohit welcomes you once again. So coming on to the third video. So today we are going to start with the first topic, that is mathematical expression for the rate of reaction. So what is the mathematical expression for the rate of reaction? This is the third video of chemical kinetics. So if stoichiometric coefficient of a reactant I think in this way video is much more clear. Yeah. So if stoichiometric coefficient of a reactant and product are same, then rate of reaction will be same, whether it is expressed in terms of decrease in concentration of reactant or in increase in the concentration of a product. So here what we can say, that when reaction occurs, what happens, there will be an decrease in the concentration of a reactant and there will be an increase in the concentration of a product. Here this is an example where I have shown phosphorus pentachloride get decomposed into PCl3 and chlorine gas. So rate of reaction would be equal to, as I told you in the previous video, that whenever we write down the rate of reaction, so reactant has to be always in a negative and product always will be in the positive. So here I have shown delta PCl5 upon delta T in negative sign is equal to positive delta PCl3 upon delta T plus delta Cl2 upon delta T. So second point is, if stoichiometric coefficient of a reactant and product is balanced equation is not equal to, then rate are divided by their respective stoichiometric coefficient. Here there is no, so that is 1 only. So now coming on to the next reaction. Here you can see, this is the second example. Here the stoichiometric coefficients are different. So what happened here, 2 mole of N2O5 when it get decomposed results in the formation of 4 moles of nitrogen dioxide and 1 mole of oxygen. So here the rate of reaction would be minus 1 by 2, because whatever there in the stoichiometry, it will come in the denominator. So it has to be, because it is a reactant, so it comes as minus 1 by 2 delta N2O5 upon delta T is equal to 1 by 4 of 1 by 4, because here they have formation of 4 mole of nitrogen dioxide, so it is 1 by 4 delta NO2 by delta T, plus because it is just 1 mole, so it has to be delta O2 by delta T. So this is how rate of reaction for any chemical reaction we have to write down. Now coming on to the next one, one more example here I have written. It is a more complex reaction. What happened where 5 bromide ions reacts with bromate in the presence of 6 H ions, result in the formation of 3 bromine molecules and plus water as a byproduct. So for this reaction, the rate of reaction would be like this: minus 1 by 5 delta Br negative upon delta T is equal to minus delta BrO3 negative upon delta T, because these are all the reactants and here these are the products, so it will come in the positive. So here you can see these 1 by 3 Br2 upon delta T, 1 by 3, because these are the stoichiometric coefficients, so it will come in the denominator. So this is the rate of reaction for this reaction. Alright, so this is considered as a complex reaction. Now coming on to the next point, that is what are the factors which actually influence the rate of reactions. So these are around 6 points which I have mentioned over here. First is the concentration. So on higher concentration of a reactant, reaction rate is always fast. So whenever reaction initiates, initially because the concentration of reaction is higher side, so rate of reaction is fast initially and gradually rate of reaction get decreased. Secondly, temperature. What is the impact of a temperature? Reaction occurs at a greater speed at higher temperature. So as the temperature increases, rate of reaction will always increase. As far as catalyst is concerned, catalyst always alter the speed of reaction. It participates in the reaction but it does not get consumed up. So what is the role of catalyst? Catalyst actually enhances the rate of reaction. Coming on to the surface area of reactant, we always know that whenever the surface area is more, so reaction will be fast. So the powder form of a catalyst is always better. Now as far as nature of reactant and product, so that also depends. It also influences the rate of reactions. Now coming on to the next one, that is presence of light. Some reaction does not take place in absence of light, and there are certain reactions they require light for the initiation. Here I have given one example, that is when hydrogen gas reacts with chlorine result in the formation of HCl. Such reactions are known as photochemical reactions. Reaction rates become faster in presence of light. So this is all about the factors that influence the rate of reactions. All right. Okay, now coming on to the next topic, that is rate expression and rate constant. So the representation of a rate of a reaction in terms of a concentration of a reactant is called the rate law. So here I have given an example, rate equation or rate expression. Consider a reaction. Here what happened? Stoichiometric of reactant A is small a, reactant B is small b. So the product is C, capital C is stoichiometric coefficient is small c, and capital D is small d. So A, B, C and D are the stoichiometric coefficient of the reactant. So rate is always directly proportional to A and B. So here we have written the to the power x and y. So where exponents x and y are determined experimentally and may or may not be equal to stoichiometric coefficient. So rate would be equal to A to the power x and B to the power y. So what is the difference between these two? Here we have written k, where k is a proportionality constant. Already I discussed in the first video of chemical kinetics. So we can write down minus dr over dt, whatever the change in the concentration of reaction is equal to k, A to the power x and B to the power y. This form of reaction is known as differential rate equation because there is a differentiation. So this form of equation is known as differential rate equation, where k is known as proportionality constant called rate constant. Now coming on to what is rate law. So it is the expression in which the reaction's rate is given in terms of molar concentration of reactant, which term raised to some power, which may or may not be same as the stoichiometric coefficient of the reactant species in a balanced chemical equation. Here what I have written an example of a reaction. So these are all the definitions which you have to memorize for your examination point of view. Okay, so I have given for every concept I have given an example which will help you to understand in a better manner. So I have given an example of 2 mole of nitrous oxide react with oxygen results in the formation of nitrogen dioxide if concentration of NO is double and that of oxygen is kept constant. Then initial rate will increase by a factor of 4. So here what we can write down, rate of equation for this reaction will be rate is equal to K, because the coefficient is 2. So NO to the power 2 and O2 is 1. There is only 1. So it has to be O2 only. Alright. Now coming on to the differential form of this rate expression. So how we can write down minus dr over dt is equal to K. K is constant and NO to the power 2 and O2. Here we can either we write down one or if we don't write down, there is no problem. Alright. And now the next reaction I have given, where chloroform reacts with the chlorine gas results in the formation of carbon tetrachloride and hydrochloride gas. So here rate is equal to K, CaCl3 and Cl2. Alright. Now coming on to the ester hydrolysis also. Here I have given this example, rate expression is equal to K, CH3O, because this is the ester and water molecule. So we can write down in this way. Now what is rate constant? When concentration of all the reactant is unity, rate is equal to K. When it becomes 1, so rate is equal to K. Now what are the characteristics of rate constant? Rate constant is measure of a rate of reaction. Greater is the value of the rate constant, faster is the reaction. So its value does not depend upon the concentration of the reactant. So these are the 4 points very important which you need to remember for the rate constant. What are the characteristic features of the rate constant? The unit of rate constant depends upon the order of reaction. So order of reaction is very much related to your rate constant. Now the fourth one, each reaction has definite value of rate constant. At a particular temperature, its value for same reaction change with change in temperature. Alright. So each reaction has a definite value of rate constant and it has a particular temperature. Its value for the same reaction change with the change in temperature. Alright. Now what is order of reaction? Already in the first video I've discussed about the order of reaction. So a brief about what is order. Some of the exponents of the concentration of the reactant in rate law expression is called order of reaction. Here I've written A plus B gives you the C and D. So the rate expression is equal to K, A to the power X, B to the power Y. So here I have given an example also. K is equal to A to the power half and B to the power 3 by 2. So order would be the X plus Y. Okay, whatever be the in the exponential form, we have to add it to find out the order of reaction. So order would be 2. So the reaction is said to be the second order reaction. Now coming on to the unit of rate constant for different order of reaction. Here I have written the rate, whatever be the order of reaction and what are the different rate constant. Okay, for zero order reaction, mole per liter per second, and if it is the gaseous, then atom atmospheric per second. All right, for first order reaction, so it is to be second inverse unit of a rate constant, and for gaseous reaction also it is be second inverse. For second order reaction it has to be mole inverse liter per second, and atmosphere, because it is in the gaseous phase, so the concentration would always be in the atmosphere inverse. Here we have written mole inverse, here we have written atmospheric inverse, second inverse. For nth order, so the rate of reaction would be the mole per liter to the power 1 minus n, second inverse. Here atmospheric 1 minus n, for it is for the nth order. All right, so here I have written one numerical for you. It is based on your NCERT. That the question says, question क्या बोल रहा है, that from the rate expression for the following reaction determine the order of reaction and dimension of rate constant. So this is the reaction, that is 3 moles of nitrous oxide gives you N2O, and the rate is equal to KNO to the power 2. So what would be the order of reaction? So here what we have to do, we have to find out the order of reaction and the dimension of rate constant. So for this, how we will find out? So order of reaction would be 2, because here NO to the power 2, so this is the order of reaction. All right, now to find out the unit of dimension of rate constant, so K is equal to rate upon NO to the power 2. So for this, for second order reaction, we have written here mole to the power mole inverse liter second inverse. So here I have written mole liter inverse second, so upon mole liter inverse square. So here we get the solution, mole inverse liter per second. And we also know that for second order reaction, this is the unit for the second order reaction. We have already seen here only. For the second order reaction, the rate constant would be, unit of the reaction constant is this one. So unit of reaction constant would be, this is the unit of reaction constant for the second order. Similarly for this reaction, as the order of reaction is 2, here you can see, so the dimension of rate constant would be, this is how we can solve it. And as we know, for the second order reaction, the rate constant, the unit of the rate constant is mole inverse liter second inverse. And the last one, that is ethyl chloride, it get decomposed into ethene plus HCl gas. Order of reaction is first, so the unit of rate constant would be second inverse. So this is the numerical given in your NCERT. I have given the solution for this numerical. All right, you can take a snapshot also. Okay, now moving on to the next topic, that is what is the rate determining step. Out of these steps, the slowest step of a reaction is considered as a rate determining step of a chemical reaction, and it decides the overall rate of reaction. Consider the following reaction. Here we have shown the decomposition of a N2O5 into NO2 plus O2. So the rate law for this equation is found to be rate of reaction is K N2O5, rate is equal to K N2O5, because there are 2 moles of N2O5, so rate is equal to N2O5 to the power 2. So it must take place in 2 steps in such a way that slowest step should involve only 1 molecule of N2O5. So first step would be slow and second step would be fast. So the first step being the slow is rate determining step. Since the rate determining step is a unimolecular always, so it has order 1. All right. Now there is one more numerical. This is the last topic for today's video. This is also given in your NCERT book also, this question. A reaction is of second order with respect to the reactant. So how is the rate of reaction affected if the concentration of reaction, first question is if the concentration of reactant gets doubled. So we know that if the concentration of reactant A gets doubled, so A is equal to 2A, then rate is equal to K into 2A to the power 2. So it becomes 4K2. so the reaction of rate becomes 4 times. Okay, so this is the solution for the first question. Now coming on to the next, if the concentration of the reactant is reduced to half, then what will happen? So for this, how we can find out? When a concentration of A is reduced to half, so what will happen? A is equal to half A. So how we can find out? So rate is equal to K, A to the power 2. So we have to find square, so it becomes 1 upon 4 K square. So what happened? So we can write down rate of reaction becomes 1 upon 4 times reduced to the 1/4. Alright, so this is the solution of the second part. I hope this video will help you to learn about the basic concepts, various topics of chemical kinetics. This is the third video I have uploaded. So at the end, thank you so much. If you like the video, if you like the content of the video, please press the thumbs up button. Do like my video, share my video with your friends, and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much. Your friend Dr. Rohit say thanks once again.